Hi, I'm Laurie Miller, owner of Apple Care and Companion, a home care agency in Dallas, Texas. And I want to share a story with you about your parent discharging from the hospital. What do you need to do next? And I want to share, this will be a real story. Um, and this is about an 87-year-old woman who went to the ER due to a fall, and turned out she had a fractured wrist, spent 3 or 4 days in the hospital, and it was quite a mess. So let's take this journey and see how it looks. The first day, she was bedbound the whole day. They did tests, they gave her pain medication, and basically that was the entire day. They figured out that she had a fractured wrist, and that was it. But it was back and forth to the testing because they were worried she might have hurt her hip or her back. So that was day one. The next day, day two, her wrist is now in a sling, and the PT, the physical therapy department, came in and got her up, kind of sat her at the side of the bed, but not much more than that. And the next day, day three, the doctor ordered a arm platform walker. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. It's a regular walker, but you add this platform because the doctor didn't want any weight on her wrist, on her fractured wrist. Now, this woman had never used a walker at all before. She'd only used a cane. So now she has to learn how to use a walker, and then with this arm platform, which is very awkward, if you can imagine. So on day three, the PT came in and showed her how to use the walker. They had one on loan from the PT department that she could use. And they walked from the hospital bed to the bathroom. That was it. That was it for the whole day. She might have done that twice, and that was all. Never walked in the hallway, never walked in the gym, never walked anywhere except just from the hospital bed to the bathroom, which is a very small area. The next day, which was day four, earlier in the day, they said, okay, everything's great. You can leave today. And that was it, except for the fact that they didn't have an arm platform or a walker for her to have. She would have to find one. And luckily, this woman had family in town, had a capable husband, and the family was able to run out to the durable medical equipment store and actually buy a walker with the arm platform because they were very hard to find. They get back to the hospital because they want her to test that exact walker with the platform, make sure it was good and it was how she could use it, and to test again. And then the family told the PT that there are steps in the house, that she needed a few steps to get into the house. They hadn't practiced on any steps, any stairs at all, and thought that that would be okay. And at that point, the family also said her bathroom is really far away from her bed, not like it is in the hospital room. And they said, well, she can get a bedside commode. And the family said, well, they don't have a bedside commode. So luckily, family was there. So they ran out to the DME store again to buy a bedside commode and came back. Meanwhile, discharge is still supposed to be happening and the time is clicking away and nothing's going on. It wasn't until 6 o'clock that evening did they finally discharge this woman. And it was about 4 or 5 hours of kind of waiting around. So what could you do? What should you do if you're in this situation? Well, first of all, ask questions. Be that patient's advocate. Ask as many questions as you can. Ask, what are the next steps? What is the discharge process? This family actually asked for the PT department to come back and do an evaluation before they would let her leave, because the daughter was so concerned that she really couldn't walk distances at all. And so the PT had to clear her before they would leave. So that was good. If this woman did not have family in town, she would have had to go to a rehab because there was no way she could get in to her house without having significant help. So it's really important that you give the information as much as you can to the staff, like there are steps to get into the house, or like it's a farther distance away, and you'd like to see how they can walk further. Always give information, always ask more questions. So that is my main tip for today, is ask questions, ask a lot of questions, and hopefully you will have a good outcome. Thank you.